I'm Mike.
I'm Ashley.
And we're from
All Day Disney.
Today we're going to be talking about our family's tips and tricks to help you at Disney World.
Whether it's your first time or you've been many times, these tips should help your trip go much easier. Okay, so the first decision when you're deciding on your planning for Disney is whether you're going to stay on property or off property. Our tip is definitely we recommend to stay on Disney property.
And it's understandable to try to save money. I mean, the trip is expensive. Going to Disney World is not free, obviously. And a lot of people would tell you that they would like to stay off property. And staying off property, although sounds like a good idea, at the end of the day, if you're creating more of a hassle and frustration for your family, you know, the convenience of staying on property has to be worth something.
Yes, there's a lot of perks that come from staying on Disney property. One is just being at the hotels. The theming is amazing. They have so many different things, whether you're at Polynesian and you feel like you're on Polynesian Island, or Art of Animation has all the different character places that you can visit. There's so much fun, especially if you have a family, for the theming. The next thing, like you were talking about with the ease and convenience, is the transportation behind staying on property. If you fly, from the second you land at the airport, they drive you to the resort, and from then on you have so many different transportation between the busing, boats, monorails. You don't have to worry about taking yourself anywhere. They do it all for you. The last thing's kind of fun with Magic Bands is with that you get a room key, you can have all your expenses on there, you can have your park tickets on there, and we'll show a picture of what the Magic Bands look like. But they're so much fun, everybody gets them, you can plan your colors, and that's another perk for staying on property for sure. Our next tip is to have a plan. From 180 days before you arrive at Disney World, they allow you to make your dining reservations. So you want to have those definitely planned out, figure out what parks you're going to go, what days you're going to go, and have your dining set up, because we have seen where there's over a 2-hour wait just to get into a restaurant if you don't make dining plans. Also, at 60 days before you go, you can set up, if you stay on property, fast pass time so that you can get all the main attraction rides, 3 of them at the park that you're attending. That's very important so that you are not waiting in line for hours on end to ride rides. Part of that planning too is to make sure that you check the park hours, because there might be special events where you have to leave the park early, so you want to make sure you see when they have extra magic hours or when they might be closing early and that type of thing, so that you can have that as part of your plan as well. But at the same time, you probably don't want to do too much, right?
Right. Remember, this is a marathon, not a sprint. So although you do need to be organized, at the same time you also need to be flexible, because things are going to come up and things are going to basically put roadblocks in your way, but you have to be able to relax and go with the flow to help make your trip a little bit better.
Our next tip is to take breaks. During the day, a great tip is that you can go to the parks in the morning, maybe have breakfast, hit some of the attractions, ride some rides, meet some characters, but come back and take a break. Go to the pool, relax in your room, maybe take a nap, especially if you have little ones, let them regroup, take a shower, head back out for the evening activities, end it out with fireworks or whatever, so that you're not too exhausted. Another part of breaks we mean is to actually take a day off in the middle of your vacation. Sleep in, relax, go to the pool, maybe just plan dining for that day or nothing at all, because a big thing is to not feel too exhausted.
Yeah, because we've talked about this time and time again. Who came up with the idea that we have to be there first thing in the morning and stay there all day? What we ended up running into was the kids didn't feel good. We ended up being exhausted. We were all tired by the end, and at the end of the whole thing, we actually felt like we needed a vacation from our actual vacation. Our next tip is be prepared for the weather.
Yes, because we all know that Florida is the sunshine state, which means heat most of the time. One of the things we've done to help with that is to bring extra water bottles with us. We bring them in our backpack. You're allowed to bring drinks in the park. Also, a lot of the restaurants, the quick service stands, will give you free ice water, so you don't have to even spend any money on that. That will help you with the heat. Also, there seems to be parks that are a little bit hotter than others. So you might want to plan, like we talked about in the last tip, breaks, especially at Animal Kingdom. I don't know why Animal Kingdom seems way hotter than the rest of them. So if you're finding that it is extremely hot and you need to get out of the heat, you can go back, like we said for the last one, take a break, beat the heat. It'll be a lot better for you.
And although there's a lot of sun, you have to keep in mind too that it's something we didn't plan for. There's also a lot of rain. I mean, we've had trips before where it basically rains almost every afternoon. And although it might not be for the whole night, you're gonna have to be prepared for that also. And one of the big things that we usually, we figured out actually, that you can get is ponchos. You can order them from places online, or you can actually buy them into Disney parks, although at times they're more expensive, but at the same time, it's really could be difficult. Some places don't actually sell them like you would think they would. And also too, keep in mind that when you're done with the poncho, stops raining, you just pull them off, roll them up, put them in your backpack, and then it's nice and convenient for everybody. Whereas we found out with using umbrellas, they tend to be a little bit more cumbersome, and you have to be aware that you're in Disney World. There's a lot of people there, and you're going to be in situations where you could be bumping into people, and they're just a little bit more inconvenient in a way, and it's a little bit tougher to bring those along than the poncho.
Our last tip is about dealing with the fireworks. Magic Kingdom, Hollywood Studios, and Epcot all have fireworks shows every single night. And it can be a little interesting trying to fight the crowds in order to watch those. So one of the things that you can do is purchase extra dessert party tickets, which we went to last year at Magic Kingdom. We actually have a picture of our view. We'll show you that. You also can do those at Epcot and Hollywood Studios, and they give you preferential seating so that you can be close to having a great view. You don't have to fight the crowds, and you get desserts all at the same time.
And let's face it, you've been at Disney World off and on throughout the day. Nobody wants to be standing shoulder to shoulder, sweating on each other just to watch fireworks. That's what we recommend, just paying a little bit extra for the dessert party. It's a great thing for your family and for yourself, just to relax and sit back and watch. Also, another thing we figured out is go to one of the parks, maybe whichever one fits your family the best, twice. Because say you didn't get to do things the first time, the second time, say at Magic Kingdom, we've had great luck like 2 or 3 times now on our trips where they'll have the fireworks and we're able to walk freely behind the castle to meet characters and ride rides. And guess what? You can still watch the fireworks at the same time, and we really didn't miss out on a whole lot.
We hope you enjoyed our video. Make sure to like it, subscribe to our channel, and if you have a tip or trick for Disney World, feel free to comment below. We plan to have videos every Monday, so make sure you don't miss them. Follow us on Facebook and Twitter. See you real soon.